Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy D,
It's your boy Jay.
and this is D and J Movie Reviews. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday night. What's up, boy?
Not much, man.
Uh,
Just feeling good, feeling great, man. Ready to
nice.
dive in this review with you, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like to
man.
hear
It's
that.
everything's good, man. Family's good. Everything's good, bro.
I
Life is
like to hear
good.
that. I like to hear that.
Appreciate everything in life.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad your son's healthy. Glad your wife is happy. Happy and healthy. So we went to go see a movie, Thunderbolts. So y'all sit back and relax and ride with us on this one. We're going to actually tell you our ins and outs about it. No spoilers. So don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everything that y'all do. So you tell us, Justin, what did you like about Thunderbolts, my boy?
Okay, this movie setting is about I think it's like how many characters? About five characters.
About five.
Basically, this movie is the synopsis of this movie is all
Mhm.
these characters that have done stuff, bad in the past and all stuff. Some, pretty much the antagonist sends them off to some type of mission, and basically they try to kill
Kill
each
each
other. But then something else happens where a mysterious character named Bob, played by
other. Bob.
Lewis Pullum, um,
He looked familiar. He played in a
but
lot of movies.
yeah, Lewis Pullum. He was the same guy that was in Salem's Lot.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
was in
yeah, yeah.
Salem.
I thought so. I
So
thought so.
anyway,
I thought
yeah,
yeah.
anyway, all these characters they
Hmm.
interact and then they're trying to fight each other and then basically try to kill each other. And then they meet a character named Bob and all
Bob.
stuff who's kind of
Mhm.
like and antagonist. I don't think he's really like an antagonist, but he's like a protagonist. It's kind of like a mix and everything. But that's pretty much the synopsis, so far. All right, let me go ahead and get right to the take. This movie, I'm going back a couple months back when they first dropped the trailer for Thunderbolts. I was like, who in the heck are these characters?
Mhm.
Like, honestly, I don't know too much about Thunderbolts, but just I was like, okay, I'm like, is this gonna be another like whack situation or something like that? Like we're gonna be dealing with, they pretty much kind of put you in the mind of, Suicide Squad, but I was just like, how these characters, are going like how they what they're gonna go with the story with these characters. And after watching this movie, man, I was very surprised how the way that they really gave some of these characters, especially one in particular, Florence Pugh, played by Yelena,
Mhm.
which honestly I did not think that she would actually be, carry the weight in this movie, and she does. I love how the way that you know Yelena talks about a lot of stuff and that's going on in her past and everything, and it's very well meaning. This movie, honestly, if you think about it, you guys watching this movie, if you pay attention to some of the details, there is some symbolic stuff. Where I think that's what I got out of it. There's a lot of meaning dealing with like loss, pain, dealing with like mental health and all stuff. It just shows you that like we're still human, we still deal with stuff like this
Mhm.
on a regular day-to-day basis. And it was just so good just seeing how the way that her character was in this movie. And also um some of the other characters in this movie, I'm gonna go around. The protect like no the protagonist, the antagonist of this movie, Valentina, played by
Mhm.
Julia Louis Dreyfus, whatever her
He
name
was
is.
really
Last
good.
name. Yeah, she was really good, but it's just that how her it's crazy how the way um how the way that she was, like how the way that her presence was, just showing up and just trying to pretty much try to get these characters against one another. But I will say this is that I feel like if this movie did not have part of it. I mean, honestly, it's good for where it stands. But honestly, I loved how the way that they had Bucky in this movie, and this is
Mhm.
really good because I really do feel like even though Yelena she carried her, she carried her weight in this movie. I'm glad that bless you. I'm glad that they had Bucky in this movie because it really really well balanced out. Because honestly, I'm glad that they gave, you know, Bucky a little bit more meaning in this movie. If you think about it, to where he was before in the MCU, Darrell, until now, you can see the growth, the elevation in Bucky, bro. Because he took a lot of that advice from Sam, remember, in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
So I like Bucky in this movie, man, and
Bucky was good. Bucky was good in this movie.
Bucky definitely was good in this movie, and also, I will say this: the action sequence in this movie, pretty well dope, shot pretty well. Not the best, but like some of the action in this movie, really dope. Um, uh, the other character, Wyatt Russell, who's a U.S. agent, he was um the wannabe Captain America. Yeah, he honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot without giving nothing away. I remember watching the show Falcon and Winter
Falcon
Soldier,
and Winter Soldier, yeah.
and me and my wife we watched it plenty of times, and my wife was like, "I don't like him, Justin." And I said, "He's just much of a douchebag." And honestly, I think without giving nothing away, like there's one part in the movie where uh, he's interacting and and it basically, calls him out, and everybody starts laughing and all stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm about time because I'm like, bro, his character, bro, has been kind of like sour a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but like I said, it's really good.
Mhm.
Um, if you think about it, I'm glad because here's the one thing, Darrell, that we've been talking about. The MCU needs to go dark. And honestly, for this movie, from what we got, it went a little bit dark, the real honest. But I feel like they have the tools to amp it up a notch. To at least probably about, make it like a rated R movie. Cause
Mm.
this no, because I'm telling you, if you go back in the Thunderbolts, there are a serious team, bro.
Yeah, I
They
know.
need to be F with. And, you know, um, I really do feel like that this movie definitely had just like I said, a lot of good meaning to it, and surprising. But I really do feel like that. Now one thing is that pointed out to me, Darrell, is um with Century, with Lewis Poland. I really do feel like that, for what we got with him. Do you think, how can I say this? I'm not trying to be all over the place. I don't kind of feel like I am. But with his character, what do you feel like that I'm trying to think. Lewis, I'm trying to think what dang, he was right there with me. Anyway, it'll come back to me. But Bob, I really do feel like, man, like, you know, how
He
the
just
way
wanted
that
to
he
be
was,
loved.
so what?
He just wanted to be loved.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and it's just like I said, there's a lot of stuff in this movie, bro. Like
Mhm.
it's just, you just have to, pay attention. I'm just trying not to spoil too much. There's so much I could say, but yeah, it was really good, man. It's really dope. But what do you think, Darrell?
I mean, it was a good movie. It was. I liked the storytelling. I liked, how they brung in Bob. Um, I like how they told, all the stories. Well, they didn't tell all the stories, but they brung. I like how they went to some, and they all got together, and they had to be a team because if they didn't have to be a team, they would have been all different places. Um, it was a good movie. It was. I mean, it had really good meaning to it. Depression, mental health, this, that, this. Like you said, you had to pay attention to the movie to actually get what Bob was doing. I mean, Bob didn't know what he was doing. He was lost, just like everybody else. He was lost, and the only thing he needed was somebody to actually care, and that was what happened. I think the best freaking oh my god, oh when he went black, I ain't gonna lie, that was the best. That was the best. I mean, yeah, can Century beat all the Marvels just like that? You know, the Thunderbolts just like that? Yeah, could have. But when he, oh God bless, that kind of put some scary stuff in your head a
I
little
mean,
bit.
that's what I'm saying. Like watching this movie, you do get, like I said, we get, these new characters, the Thunderbolts. I mean, at first, when you really think about it, do you really care about, you know, some of these characters? But at the same time, though, there's still something else that's going on with Bob. And like I said, the actor that plays him did a very well. He did a great job.
Yeah,
I just really just feel like that. I understand that there could have been like honestly, I really do feel like in some parts in the movie there could have added some a little bit more to some of the story,
they could have. They
but
could have. I did like the part about Elena and how she was talking about how she did this and how she did that. Nobody, she comes home, do this. She goes to work, come home, do this. Nobody's there. Blah blah blah. You know, she had beef with her
she was
father.
dealing,
I mean,
she was
she was
dealing with a lot of stuff.
yeah, I mean, she did the same stuff when she was in Black Widow. When her and her sister, why'd you leave? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? She had questions. She just wanted to be. She wanted to be loved, just like Century, just like Bob, just like Bob. She just wanted to be loved, and she wanted to be cared about. That's all it was. That's all
Hmm.
all it was. And I'm glad that she took the lead in this movie
Hmm.
because she did a good job. She led it. She told what she needed to do, and she got it done. And I mean, the generic Captain America,
You
they're
talking about which one you talking about? Red Guardian?
yeah, the one,
Oh, David Harbour, yeah.
yeah,
Alexi,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they told a
He
story
was
about him.
honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, he was funny in the movie. Some of the jokes he was doing, I was like,
Yeah,
dude, he's hilarious.
they told his story. And I mean, Bucky. That's only about Bucky. Bucky, he did what he had to do. He did it in what the Winter Soldier. He did it in Civil War. I mean, he played his part perfectly. Perfectly. He did a part. He did a great job in this movie.
Honestly, just like I said, I really do feel like if Bucky wasn't in this movie, bro, then honestly, I don't think this movie, like I said, even though that it
I still think Elena was still to carry the movie. Still,
to a certain point, but also you also got to have somebody else because if you think about it, Bucky, here's the thing. Well, of course, Bucky, he's a lot older than Yelena is.
yes.
And also, he's dealt with a lot of stuff more than she has. But honestly, I'm just saying, if he wasn't in this movie, I really kind of felt like it would have been like,
Bucky,
but she
Bucky
could, but like I
went
said,
through.
she did for what she did, held her own. It was great. But I feel like it was very well balanced out.
So you
Having,
saying physical is more important than mental?
say
'Cause
what?
Bucky went through physical stages. Marlena, she went through mental stages.
Bucky went through mental stages too, bro.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
did.
You're right. You're right. When
Yeah.
they put him in that in the hydro put him in that chair and fucked with his mind. Yep, you're right, cause when he went to me,
Yeah, so I'm just saying Bucky went through a lot of stuff too. But I'm just saying this, I'm just glad that to where Bucky was in the MCU and to where he is now, you can definitely see the growth in the character. Like Bucky's starting to take, he's starting to, take in part of that lead, that lead and everything that that we've been like, we've been wanting for, for past, couple times in the MCU. But like I said, it's it's a really good movie, but I really do feel like
so what do you think about when he was actually in Civil War? You didn't think
who
he did Bucky?
Bucky. I mean, but bro, but here's the thing: Bucky was going. He was still going through a lot of. trauma than in Civil War
I mean, he was,
because
yeah,
because you gotta think he wasn't completely he wasn't completely freed from Hydra
yeah, he
because
wasn't, but
they still had all those words that was still programmed in his
mhm,
mind and everything to make him go crazy.
yeah, this,
So, but like I said, with this movie, it's very well good. It has
mhm,
very well meaning, and I really do feel like that it does have some like some symbolic element to it,
it
just a
does,
little bit.
it does.
So
I mean,
that's
actually,
pretty
it
much,
actually have. It's not just a little of it; it has a lot of it.
yeah, it
A
does.
I mean, again, all the thing, depression, mental state, mental health, all this stuff, they had a lot of it, and
Honestly, you know what?
it's shit that we go through in real life.
I really do feel like, you know, I know, and I just looked it up. Red Hulk was supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah, I
Red
saw
Hulk
that.
was supposed to
Yeah, I was
about
looking at,
and
yeah,
yeah, I think Red Hulk was supposed to be in this movie, and I think um Abomination. I don't know if Abomination was supposed to be in this movie. I
damn.
think yeah, they were supposed to be in this movie too.
Yeah, because
So
I saw it and it showed that Harrison Ford was supposed to,
supposed to be
and
yeah, but
I mean,
it's crazy.
they mentioned the Red Hulk in this movie, but
Yeah, yeah,
he
but it
wasn't
wasn't.
in the movie.
But yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much all I can say about this movie. Go watch Thunderbolts, man.
Yeah,
It's honestly, I'm not saying it's like the greatest MCU movie, but it's one of the the best that we probably seen in a long time. And it really, like I said, it really does have good meaning. And guys, just go watch the movie. And the action is really dope in this movie.
the action is
And
good.
yeah, action is really dope in this movie. I know, like I said, they have the jokes, but the dialogue
Hmm.
definitely is really good in this movie too. So yeah, y'all go check this out, man. The cast in this movie, they're very well made, amazing in this movie, and that's pretty much all I can say. So just go check the movie out.
Yeah, go check it out. See what y'all do. Let us know how you liked it. You think it was good, you think it was bad. And we'll definitely give y'all our opinions on, you know, our take of it. And we spoil it. So anything else, boy?
No, that's it, man.
All right, it's your boy D.
It's your boy Jay.
Y'all be good, say be blessed. Peace, love, and happiness. That's all we got. Peace.